welcome back to my channel, The You in Fashion. My name's Megan. On my channel, we discuss fashion, luxury, handbags, and lifestyle. So if you're interested in any of those topics, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell down below so you don't miss any of my content. So in the last video, I talked about the Hermes appointment system in Paris, and I actually filmed this second part along with it, which are the unboxings of the Hermes items that I purchased while I was in Paris. But I ended up splitting the videos into two because, let's be honest, I have a history of making long videos, so I'm trying to do better about breaking them up so they're not too much like a 30-minute video in one. So in today's video, we're going to continue on with the unboxings from the Hermes store outside of my Birkin 25 here. So let's go ahead and get started with those unboxings. The very first day that we got there, I did end up going into the Faubourg store. So we arrived that Tuesday around noon. So I would say that I got to the store around 4 p.m. or so that day, that Tuesday. And I went in knowing that I wanted to look for a pair of sneakers. So my first unboxing here is going to be these sneakers. And to be honest, you guys, I wore these so much while I was there, to be honest, even more so than my Air Force One. So if you haven't watched the video of my packing, you'll know that I packed my Air Force Ones as like my tennis shoes to walk around, be around in the city. But what I noticed was that surprisingly, my Air Force Ones were like not as open on the toe bed as these other shoes that I purchased. So these turned out to be pretty darn comfortable. I was pretty impressed for them to be, you know, Hermes shoes. I expected them to be like not the most comfortable shoes, but here they are. And I just love them. So they have the really cute Hermes emblem there. They have the perforations. They have the Hermes on the back there. I did tell her that I wanted them to be pretty much all leather. Some of the shoes that they had there did have more, like especially in this area, it had, I guess you would call it almost more of a suede there. But I knew that I would be walking a lot. I knew that I needed something in case it rained that wouldn't get ruined, and I absolutely love them. I mean, as you can see, I literally wore these the entire time I was there. So if you guys are like, Megan, they're new shoes, but they look dirty already, that's because I wore them so much. And that should tell you guys something. Like the fact that I could wear these shoes pretty much the entire time that we went to Paris and London, I mean, impressive. So of course there's the other one. I love the little platform style, and I just thought they had so much character. Like they even have the cute little designs there. So I absolutely love these shoes. I think they are super cute. Let me go ahead and look for the name of them specifically, and I'm going to probably ruin it. So what I'll do is just like attach the photo here just so you guys can read it for yourself and you're not trying to go based off of my mispronounced French. And they are called the Sneaker Femme Climb Veau Perforate. But here are the shoes. Once again, I would really recommend these to you guys, especially if you are looking for a sneaker from Hermes. Super comfortable, super fashiony. I really loved them. And in the shoes, I did get a size 35. You guys know I'm usually a size 4.5 in shoes. So they actually told me that the Oran sandals I got, because I got those in a size 34.5, those are pretty much one of the few things that come in that size. Typically for the tennis shoes, they are going to start in a size 35. So I did get the size 35, also known as a 5, and they fit great. No complaints about it, especially with me getting that high top design. I feel like that really helped, so I could tie them up really well and not have to worry about them being too big or my feet slipping or anything like that. And of course they come with the box, the ribbon. They had the little inserts there inside the shoes, and they also have, each of them come with their own little dust bags, so I just keep those right inside the box. And I thought this was something so sweet. They also include another pair of shoestrings in there for you, which I thought was super cute. So that was the purchase that I made of the shoes, and those were 730 euros when I went that initial time. So that, I know that people say, you know, when you go to the Hermes store the first time, you shouldn't have to make a purchase to actually score a handbag appointment. Now, I do think that that's true. Like, I did months and months of research, months of YouTube videos, months of reading Purse Forum. I mean, months and months and months. And I do think that I saw stories of people that literally got awarded a appointment without any type of purchase history for a luxury goods appointment, or I'm sorry, a leather goods appointment. However, I do feel like maybe they had some sort of history of purchase it in Paris, whether for a leather goods or just at one of the stores in Paris, if I had to guess. And that may not be true. I do think it exists that you can get an appointment without any purchase history in Paris. But in my perspective, this was my first time purchasing from any Hermes store in Paris, and we are working with a computer system, right? Like, they say it's a lottery, and I completely believe that as well. However, there has to be someone that made this computer system, and there has to be someone that it's looking for some type of filters. Like, let's be honest, I really feel like it's filtering people out some way. And the reason I think that is, I would literally get appointment, the times that I would get my rejection email was at like completely different times of the day. So when you apply, they say you should hear a response between 8 and 8:30. However, when I further researched, a lot of people said that was only true if they accepted your appointment. And I think that now that's true. Like, when I got the text message saying that I was welcome into the store that Monday, between 8 and 8:30, I received that text message. However, on the other days that I had applied, me and my husband would receive like emails either right after like 9 o'clock, 9:30, all the way till like 11:20, 11:30. I had one of my friends that we visited, she lives in Lyon, she applied for me one of the days, and she didn't receive her email till close to midnight, the night that she applied. So I do think that they use some type of screening process. Like, let's be honest, I don't know what that is. I am not an Hermes expert, I am not a computer expert, but they have to have some type of like filter, I think, of like who they accept versus like those initial set of emails they send out for decline. And then I think that they're going through some type of process between those last set of people before they decline them before midnight that night. And I really think it does help to have your name in the Paris system somewhere. I really, really do. Like, if I'm being honest, I am glad that I made a purchase, because I feel like they have to have some way to filter through people. And I feel like having a purchase history may help with that computer system filtering you. So that is my first purchase. That is the story behind my first purchase and why I purchased it. And I wanted to make sure that I purchased it the very first day that I got there. So hopefully that would knock my name in the system, and it would give me more time throughout the time I was there to get an appointment or be awarded an appointment. Now, with that being said, I agree with people 100%. Like, don't go in there and buy something that you don't really want. You know, we all know that. But for me, I knew that I wanted sneakers from the brand, and I knew that I would wear sneakers from the brand. And boy, did I. Like I said, you could definitely see just within that 8 days that I was there, those sneakers definitely got worn, and I definitely will continue to wear them throughout this next season. I mean, I just love them. I think it was such a great purchase. So I am going to move on to the next item. Okay, so here is the box for the next item. I wonder if you guys can guess below on what you think that I have in this one. So this is the Rodeo PM Pegasus, and it gives you the colors as well. So it looks like it is the granate, the cornaline, and the blue broom. So the granate, I believe, is this main color here, and then the cornaline looks like it's the orangest color, and then this is Blue Broom, which is like a very pale blue. I actually thought it was white when I first saw it, and then once I got it in the room, I was even more happy. I was like, look at how cute all of those colors mesh together. And it's so funny because my husband is actually the one that, because I purchased the handbag earlier that day from the Faubourg store, and I'm probably pronouncing that all wrong. Please forgive me. My French is not very good, so I'm saying it to the best of my abilities, but let's be honest, I know it's not correct. But I purchased my handbag earlier from the Faubourg store, so what they consider to be their flagship store. And like I said earlier, you guys know I was like on cloud 9. I was just happy to have gone through the appointment and scored a bag, yada, yada, yada. So I told you guys in my last video that my husband actually wasn't at the appointment with me. We got back from London, cutting it so close that he couldn't even come. He had to go back and take our luggage, and I went straight to the Hermes appointment from the train station. So afterwards, he meets me because he's like, I don't want you coming all the way to the hotel by yourself. I'll just meet you at the store. So I wait there for him at the store so that we can go back together. And the first question he asked me is, where's your horse? Because up until this point, I have been talking about one, wanting to get a handbag from the brand, and also wanting to get this bag charm. A horse is what he calls it, because that's what they are, right? So he's like, where's your horse? And I was like, I didn't even think about that. What am I gonna do? Like, so at this point, he's like, let's just go back in. I'm like, no, you know, at this point, I'm like, ooh, I don't want to like make a bad impression. What if I decide to come back in another couple of years and they remember the girl that left, and then it was like, hey, I know that I rushed you guys to get my bag because I was just pacing around the store, but now do you have a horse for me? So anyway, we leave, we go and do other things around the city, but at this point, like, I'm really thinking about it, right? I'm really like, oh my gosh, like, I should have asked at least if they had any, because they don't have these out at the store either. So I just like go into the Sevres store and I ask the gentleman, I'm like, hey, I purchased a Birkin 25 earlier from the Faubourg store. I forgot to ask if they had any rodeos. Do you guys have any? And he was like, let me go check. So he comes back out with this and he's like, it's the Pegasus, and you know, it's a really, really popular color combination. Do you want it? And I'm like, yes, 100%. Yes, I do. And I just like think that it is so cute, and that's what I love. I mean, the Hermes experience, I know it's not for everybody. I know that it can be a bit stressful, and you know, after experiencing it, I would agree with all of those assumptions. But what I will say is there's a story behind everything, right? Like something as simple as like a little rodeo, to go into the store and they basically go in the back and present to you what I told him the color was E10 of my handbag, and they basically go back there and see what they feel like would match best with the description that you give them. So just something really magical about that, I feel like. So there the rodeo is. I absolutely love it, and you guys are going to love when I show you the next item as well. Now, this one I spent 494 euros on, and I want to talk a little bit more about this as well because they do give tax, and I mentioned this in the last video as well, and I do plan to do a separate video just about that in general, but I just wanted to mention that that is to come, and with the euros that you spend, you do get some of that money back from the taxes. So let's go ahead and move on to the next item. So last but not least is, let's go ahead and open her up, my little Twilly there. And I mean, isn't she beautiful? And you will see that it has the Hermes Paris there. This is the Twilly that I picked out. So basically they will present you with the handbag, and then they say, are there any other accessories you'd like to look at? And he actually went with me to go and look for a Twilly because I told him that that was something I was interested in purchasing with the handbag as well. And I mean, just take a look at this, you guys. So keep in mind, I got this one just putting out 165 euros was the price of the Twilly, but I got the Twilly and the Birkin at the same time at my Hermes appointment. I didn't go till later on that evening, and I didn't even like show him the Twilly. I didn't have any of this with me at this point. I left it all in the hotel room. And if you will just take a minute to look at the Twilly that I chose versus the rodeo that he gave me, when I got back to the hotel room and tried it all together, I was like, oh my gosh, like all of this matches so much better than I ever could have hoped for, asked, and it just worked out like that. Like I said, he had absolutely no idea what kind of Twilly I had chosen, but they look so good together. So that is all of the items that I got from Hermes in Paris. So my rodeo, my Twilly, my Birkin 25, and then also my shoes here. And I am so happy with all of my choices. I, am so thankful for this experience, and I'm so glad that I was able to share it with you guys. And to wrap up the video, who would I be if I didn't show you guys now once all of it's put together, her completely dressed. And I just think it is absolutely beautiful. I love the colors. Like I said, I just can't believe how well the Twilly that I purchased matched with the Pegasus that he offered me. So I am just really, really happy and satisfied, and I absolutely love the handbag, love the accessories that I got, love the shoes that I got. That's wrapping up this video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, just let me know. I'll be glad to answer any of those, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!